Do you want to save yourself a ton of time and energy shopping for the perfect Christmas present for your son, your grandson, or your nephew? Well, here's your solution. The greatest, the most popular, and the most loved books for boys ever written. Starting with Johnny Tremain. This is one of the best books, not just one of the best books for kids ever written, but one of the best books ever written, period. It's the story of a 14-year-old boy growing up in Boston at the time of the American Revolution. His great ambition in life is to become a silversmith, but tragedy strikes, and his life will never be the same. It is just a fantastic book. Boys and girls love this book. They've loved it for decades now. It's not only entertaining, but it's actually a history lesson at the same time. It's the best way, actually, to get history, is to get it in an historical novel such as this one. So you can't go wrong giving this book for your son. I'd say grade 5 through grade 9, age 10 to 15 or so. I read it in the 7th grade, and it instantly became my favorite book, and it's still my favorite book. One of my favorites, maybe my favorite. So 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, your son, your grandson, your nephew will love this book. Now we have The Great Adventure Book for Boys. This book contains 3 stories, the greatest adventure stories ever told. The Most Dangerous Game, which is about a man shipwrecked on an island who becomes hunted. And I won't give away too much of the details, but it's the greatest short story ever written, period. There's no better short story ever written than The Most Dangerous Game. As a boy, as a man, as a male, your education, your enjoyment of literature is not complete until you read The Most Dangerous Game. It also contains Leiningen versus the Ants, about a plantation owner who's threatened by billions of army ants, which is another exciting adventure story. And then it contains one of the best mystery stories ever told, certainly the best Sherlock Holmes story ever told, The Hound of the Baskervilles. All 3 of those stories are in this book, The Great Adventure Book for Boys, age 10 to, again, 14 or 15. If your son likes to read, he'll really love this book. Then we have the North Hollywood Detective Club Mystery Book Series. This is a series of 6 books. This is book 1. Now, the cover. This is an old cover. This is actually the current cover for book 1. It's the story of 2 boys and 2 girls who form a detective club and set out to solve crimes and mysteries. Their first mystery in book 1 is a man is arrested for a crime he didn't commit. It's actually the brother of one of these girls is arrested for a crime he didn't commit. And so the 4 friends have to marshal all of their detective skills to solve the crime, which no one else can solve, and rescue him from jail. Do they succeed? I think you know the answer, but you'll have to read the book to find out how. This is a really good book. It's the origin story of all the characters in the series. If you like origin stories, and I do, when I was reading comic books, I always wanted to read the origin story to find out, how Spider-Man became Spider-Man or Batman became Batman. I wanted to know how they became the superhero. So origin stories have always appealed to me and to a lot of other people as well. And book 1 is the origin story of the North Hollywood Detective Club. Then, because we're talking about Christmas, I pulled The Case of the Christmas Counterfeiters. This is book 3 in the series, and it's action-packed from start to finish. Boys love action. They love this book. There was a poll taken of all the people that had read all 6 books in the series, and they voted this one, The Case of the Christmas Counterfeiters, as their favorite book in the entire series. In this book, the young teenage detectives discover a plot to flood their city with billions of dollars in counterfeit currency. And then they get swept into this vortex of crime and mystery. And in the end, I don't want to give too much away, but in the end, They end up on a plane. The pilot is dead. There's 5 of them on the plane, and they only have 4 parachutes. So what do? The plane's going down. 5 people, 4 parachutes. That's why the cover features, the lead character going out of the plane. So you got to read this. It's very exciting. I guarantee you, your son, your grandson, your nephew will love this book. And girls love these books too. They're not just for boys. So, The Craze of the Christmas Counterfeiters. Book 6 in the North Hollywood Detective Club mystery book series. Murder is hard. I'm sorry. Homework is hard. Murder is easy. Now, there isn't an 11-year-old, a 12-year-old, 13, 14-year-old anywhere in the world that can resist a title like Homework is Hard, Murder is Easy. This is an impossible crime murder mystery book. In case you don't know, an impossible crime is a subgenre of the mystery book genre. It's a crime that can't possibly happen, but does happen, hence an impossible crime. In this case, a girl is murdered. Now, it happens off stage. It's nothing gory in the book at all. You don't see the murder. But a girl is murdered. The police say it's an accident. But the 4 young detectives, they know better. They know it's murder. And they think they know who did it. They think it's this guy, the most popular football player in school. But there's only one problem. At the time the girl was murdered, he was on the football field leading his team to victory in front of hundreds of witnesses. How can a person possibly be 2 places at the same time? It's an ingenious plot, and I guarantee you won't figure it out. Well, actually, you might. The clues are all in here. You can throw a challenge down to your son, your grandson. You can say, hey, if you can figure out who the killer is and how the killer did it, I'll buy you lunch, or I'll double your allowance or something. And then throw that challenge out to your son or your grandson. If he's really, really sharp, he might be able to figure it out. But it won't be easy because the plot is so good. An impossible crime murder mystery. Homework is hard, murder is easy. Again, girls, boys, age 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 will love this book. Here are some of the reviews I've received, by the way, from parents and grandparents who bought this mystery book series for their sons or their grandsons. My 12-year-old loved this book. My 10-year-old enjoyed all 3 books. My 12-year-old read this on his Kindle, and he loved it. My 10-year-old, now this is about this one. My 10-year-old son stayed up late reading this. He couldn't put it down. This last one's from a 13-year-old boy. I have read every book in the North Hollywood Detective Club series and love them all. And there are dozens and dozens more where this came from. If you go to Amazon and you look up the reviews for these various books, it's just one after another. Boys and girls, I get them from girls too. They love these books. They're realistic. They don't condescend to their audience. And they're clever mysteries. Now we have Summer of the Woods by Stephen K. Smith. This is good for boys like age 8, 9, maybe 10. It's about 2 brothers